Maria Feldman, and I'm the executive producer on Absentia.
I'm Oded Ruskin, and I'm the executive producer and director of Absentia.
Conrad Harlow is found guilty of the murder of Special Agent Emily Byrne.
Where's my wife?
It's about an FBI agent who's gone missing for 6 years, presumed dead. And in her absentia, her husband got remarried, and the new wife is raising her kid. 6 years later, she is found alive, doesn't remember anything, and she has to come back to this new reality of her being the other wife now, and the kid not recognizing her as the mother. On top of that, as the show progresses, we realize little by little she doesn't really remember what happened when she was in captivity, but some evidence surfaced as to point at her being not that innocent.
I imagine you're in bed with your new wife right now.
What the hell are you calling me?
It's not a normal thriller. Well, it does have the thriller elements, some horror elements, some mystery elements. But the thing that really connected me to the story was the emotional part of it. In a weird way, I looked at it as a family drama that has a thriller element in it, which just keeps you going and just wondering what happened, what's going to happen. And you feel more and more sympathetic to the characters because you go with them through the ordeals that they are going through and the situation that they got caught up in. So what drew me actually was the family drama combined with the thriller, and I think that's what's so unique about the show. The other element that is, it's kind of quirky. It has this edgy stuff. It's not that normal. It has this element that keep it a little bit off, which makes it more interesting. I'm moved by the actors more than I'm moved by the camera. I will first of all find the right way for the actors to do the scene, and then I will find the right angle to do it.
And you also get actors very involved in the scripts. I think we noticed working with American and British actors that it's very unusual.
They can challenge me every day. They can ask me the worst question. They can ask me the difficult question. I encourage them to ask me those difficult questions because maybe I didn't think of something and it will help, because in the end it doesn't matter. It's what's on the frame that matters. So it's a combined effort. And I worked with the same cinematographer for years. We really, really understand each other. So I'm very used to going to the set, having a very clear idea of what I'm going to do, because I've talked to the actors before, I've talked to the cinematographer before. Anything better comes up, we change it like this. So basically that's the way we work. We just do what's right. We don't care who gave the idea, because it's a combined effort. I'm just there to pick up the good ideas.
You've been gone for 6 years. Where were you?
Do you recall anything from your time in captivity?
No.
It was a very thin line to make it all look as real for the emotion, but as aesthetically challenging for the visual, and just to find the right balance. Because you don't want to make it too visual, because then you lose a little bit of the realism and the emotion. You don't want to make it too realism, because the part of the show is very visual, and the way it's presented, the story is presented, because of the genre, and the story itself just calls for it. You need it to be like this. That was the biggest challenge, finding the right balance between all of those. It's also in the matter of the sound design and everything, and the acting also. Always find a little thin line that is the right balance. The project started when the people from Sun International, from the XN network, they saw our show, False Flag, which is an espionage thriller set in Israel, and they really liked it. And I was here, they met me, and they offered me options, or they just kind of intrigued me into some script. I just stood up. They asked me if I can manage to produce it as a show that is shot not in the US, but in Europe or South Africa, with us in it. If I can get the production company, so of course the first production company that I thought of was Masha. Immediately called her, and she gave us the initial budget. They looked at it, and
it went surprisingly fast.
Yeah,
I think
surprisingly
I've never ever in my
We
life
never thought it would go.
was involved in a TV series that I think I first heard about it just a bit over a year ago. It was like a year and 2 months.
Yeah.
And now we already have a pilot and 9 more episodes are in editing. So I think we're all very surprised how fast it went,
Yes.
and a lot of things came together, and there were a lot of points that we thought it's not going to happen, but everything worked out, and it was amazing.
We're in this together.
You're not the one who was taken.
A lot of productions are coming out of Israel and with international success, and they're bought by Netflix or Fox International or Amazon. And we've been always asked what is the reason, and I don't have an answer. I think maybe the fact that we're working with the small budgets forces us to bring
Good
great
stories.
ideas and good stories.
TV is all about the stories.
But, and I think also that our reality in Israel is full with the...
Look, in a drama you need conflict.
Yes.
And we
full
live
with
in conflict all of
Full of
our lives. So it's, we can relate to that really fast. I mean, we know this is not a dramatic scene because it has no conflict, because we live for it every day. So that's not strong enough. I've seen worse thing this morning, so, or that's not funny enough, because we need it to be really funny. The fact that you live in a small country that is so stressed and has these issues, Israelis are very outspoken, so the emotions are out there. We don't have the big budget. We cannot build huge sets, and we cannot shoot for long days, and we don't have we cannot be, that's not our power. Our power is only in the story.